Hello and welcome to Happy Horror Time. My name's Tim Murdoch.
And my name is Matt Emmert, and we are doing another horror news commentary. So the first story today is The Strangers Chapter 2, Tim, had a rough opening weekend at the box office.
I can't imagine why.
I know, crazy, right? No one saw that coming. So according to BloodyDisgusting.com, it had the lowest opening weekend of the entire Strangers franchise, only bringing in $5.9 million domestically. Now, just for comparison, The Strangers Chapter 1 brought in $11.8 million in its opening weekend. So this is basically half that. And now we saw The Strangers Chapter 2 this weekend. And Tim, give me 2 words to sum it up.
Oh, wow. You put me on the spot.
I know, I'm sorry, but that was a perfect answer.
I know we're not doing this movie, but I liked this movie, but I think I liked it for all the wrong reasons.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're not reviewing it, not because we didn't want to. It's just that like certain movies come out when we have a slot available to do a review. So we're not doing a full review on it, but my thoughts were, just quickly,
yes, please,
that there was a ton of suspenseful chase scenes, but the whole movie was suspenseful chase scene after chase scene after chase scene. Like she went to one environment, chased, gets out, another environment, chased, gets out, and no story. So it's all chase scenes and nothing else. And what makes a movie is you need to have some character development, some stories, some other stuff intermixed with the chase scenes. So it was just a lot of that. And I got a little bored.
Well, and also the whole thing about the strangers is that they're strangers and we know nothing. But the movie was trying to dip its toe into telling us about the strangers. Yes. And I was like, why are you doing that?
A little bit of backstory, which was weird.
Right. And here's where my mind was. Okay, the girl has like golden nail polish and her hair's like this wavy like red hair, and sometimes it was like blown out straight and sometimes it wasn't. So I think if I was looking at the hair and the nails and the makeup, I don't know if I was that scared.
That's so funny. Okay, so luckily Chapter 2's budget was only $8.5 million. So it's probably
they'll make it back.
Yeah, it's probably going to make its money back. But the big question now that Bloody Disgusting was asking is that if The Strangers Chapter 2 did this badly, is Chapter 3 just going to be a total bomb? Like, I mean, again, how much worse can you do at the box office? And Chapter 3 comes out next year. So they were posing the question, will Lionsgate even release Chapter 3 theatrically?
I mean, it was clearly made because after when we were watching it at the end, the credits were there. And then all of a sudden they showed like 5 little scenes.
Yeah, it's like a little mini teaser for it. But maybe they'll just put it on video on demand. That'd be so sad.
Just like part 3 on Shudder or like on Tubi.
We're going to have to wait and see. The thing is that the entire trilogy, they filmed it at the same time. It was filmed simultaneously in Slovakia over 52 days. But here's the kicker.
All 3 of them?
Yes, all 3 of them.
Wow.
But I read that after Chapter 1 came out, and they received a lot of feedback from audiences, apparently director Renny Harlin went back and did 28 days of reshoots for the second and third installments, including adding the glimpses of who the strangers are and giving them some backstory.
I didn't want that.
Yeah, and apparently there was feedback from audiences like, who are these people? You're going to do 3 movies. Let's go into it. But the way they did it in Chapter 2, first off, there were weird flashbacks and it took us out of the main story.
Well, first off, the only goal for that girl should be like getting out of that town, getting to a police. Yeah. But I was like, apparently the next town over is just as crazy. Like nothing was adding up.
And then we'd randomly get a scene of one of the strangers as a kid, and it wasn't like fully developed. It was really muddled.
And the thing is I love Renny Harlin. He did The Dream Master.
He did Nightmare on Elm Street 4. He also did Die Hard 2, 2 movies I love. The problem is, and this is and then we'll move on from this because I feel like it's turning into a review. Yeah, I just don't think this movie needed to be broken up into 3 parts. I said it. It just didn't need to be Chapter 1, 2, and 3. Put them all together in one cohesive movie.
I agree. I don't know why. I mean, it's very interesting and I kind of like because it's never been done before. Yeah. So I like that aspect. Do we really need a CGI boar? That's right. I said it.
Yes. One thing we have to say, there was an entire scene in chapter 2 where the main girl, not attacked by one of the strangers, gets attacked by a CGI boar and has a full-on fight with it. And Tim and I were looking at each other like, wait, what?
And it was a long scene. And, I knew how that scene was going to end. And I was right.
Yeah, like it was just crazy because it was like, you already have enough material for 3 movies. Did you really need this scene? Anyway, I don't know. You know what? Boars are scary.
No, but the lead girl was great and she's beautiful to look at for an hour and a half.
Madeline, I think her name is Paige. I'm sorry. She is great. She's a great actress. She was on Riverdale. I remember her. She is so good at being scared, but like she's just not in the strongest of
You know
movies.
what the strongest scene in that movie was? Is when she got that, yes. And when she was hiding in a morgue and she got into the what's that, like where they hold the bodies? The freezer. And it just happened to be the freezer where they were holding her dead boyfriend. I was like, okay, now that I've never seen before.
Love it. Anyway, okay, real quick, before we go on to our next story, I just for a second want to talk about our Patreon, which if you want to support the podcast, it's only $1 a month. You can support us with just $1 every month, and you get autographed Happy Heart Time stickers. You get episodes a day early and ad-free. You get our newsletter. And if you want our bonus content, we do tons of bonus episodes every month. That's our $5 tier, and you get tons of other perks like being able to join us in a bonus episode, audio commentaries, our Discord, and all our bonus content. So yeah, you can go to patreon.com/Happy Horror Time, and again, it only costs $1 and you can support us. Okay, moving on. The final trailer for Shelby Oaks dropped this week, and I gotta say, I was sort of interested in this movie, like at first. It looked kind of found footagey, but found sort of supernaturally. But this final trailer really piqued my interest.
Yeah, like, I mean, I hope it's not supernatural.
I think it's okay. So the log line for the film, I'll read this, is a woman's obsessive search for her missing sister leads her to believe that the childhood demon they imagined may have been real, uncovering a hidden supernatural evil dating back to their past. Now, here's why I don't mind that. I know supernatural, suddenly you're like, ugh, I don't believe it. But when it gets to weird cultish stuff combined with found footage, like it can be really scary. Like Hell House LLC, right. I guess whatever was going on was supernatural.
That's true.
They did it in a way where it wasn't cheesy supernatural.
Right. No, I mean, and I have a lot of faith in this director because, I'm not going to say I met him.
Yeah.
Chris Stuckman. I found him very relatable just because like I was going through a Jaws phase and I was looking, he did this amazing Jaws 4 Revenge and I really enjoy his commentary.
Oh, he did a commentary on Jaws 4.
Yeah, like he's got a whole YouTube thing that everyone loves. So yeah. I feel like I trust him and know him.
So that's funny. Okay. Okay. So at the beginning of this new trailer, it's like our main girl's watching a videotape and it's like of her missing sister. And it almost looks like the sister and her friends like encounter vampires or something demonic. And you also find out in the trailer that apparently her sister wasn't the first person to disappear in Shelby Oaks. In fact, the narrator in the trailer says, "What's left in Shelby Oaks is death and rot," which that sounds cool, right?
No, I mean, like, I hope this Shelby Oaks is nothing compares to Twin Peaks, but I wanted to have that kind of weird factor.
I think it will. And the thing is, also in this trailer, you see someone slice up their own arm. You also see like the main girl like lifted into the air. So basically, Talking Terror, they were giving, you know how trailers sometimes have like little snippets of quotes in them. Well, Talking Terror described it as the Blair Witch Project meets Hereditary, which those are two solid horror films. I totally
agree. I feel like I hope this movie gets some buzz.
And the thing is, I think it's already getting, but when I first heard about this movie and they released the first trailer months ago, I remember thinking, okay, an indie movie looks okay, but apparently it's been getting more and more buzz. And then I read, according to BloodyDisgusting.com, Tim, Shelby Oaks is the highest funded horror film in Kickstarter history. It raised $1.3 million. And because it did so well on Kickstarter, that's when Mike Flanagan joined the project as an executive producer. So that's like, there's got to be something there.
I agree. It's just like when Steven Spielberg changed the ending of the Paranormal Activity. You know what I mean? Like the fact that this little movie, he's like, hey, let me
Yeah,
do a little editing.
And that's the kind of thing I will say, if you have not watched this final trailer yet, we will put the link in our show notes on YouTube so you can watch it, because I'm really interested. The movie comes out theatrically on Friday, October 24th. So perfect time for Halloween. It looks creepy. I have high hopes.
Me too. Yeah. I'm excited. I mean, I like the guy who's directing it, so.
I love it. You really like this guy.
Yeah, I do.
I watched his Jaws 4 video and I'm in love.
Have you seen his YouTube page?
I'm
not alone. No. A lot. I want to say like at least 1 million people follow him.
Oh, I'm sure that he has a lot of followers. Yeah. So let us know in the comments if you're looking forward to Shelby Oaks and what you think of this trailer. Okay. In our next story, director of Together, the movie that premiered over the summer with Dave Franco and Alison Brie, Michael Shanks is now working on a new sci-fi thriller with A24. So the film is called, you ready for this, Tim?
Yes, give it to me.
It's called Hotel, 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 Hotel. Literally the word hotel 4 times.
That's
not
clever.
3.
I mean, we're talking about it.
Yeah. Well, so it's called Hotel 4 times. And it was written and will be produced and directed by Michael Shanks. Sorry. According to Deadline, it's a sci-fi thriller and it follows a man who wakes up trapped in a mysterious hotel room, all alone in a mind-bending prison. His only chance for escape is teamwork, ... with himself.
Oh, I think I say teamwork makes the dream work.
With himself. Now, does that sound a little dirty?
Yeah, of course.
Like teamwork with yourself. Like, I get it. You just work with yourself. But anytime I hear you're playing with yourself, I think different things.
It's better to play with a group than with yourself.
So if, as we all know, Shanks' last film Together, it received rave reviews and it ended up grossing $32 million globally. Which, remember, this wasn't a blockbuster. This was an indie horror film that opened in the summer, which is not prime time for indie horror films. So to make $32 million globally was a big success. And Neon was the company that distributed Together, but apparently because of the success of Together, A24 jumped on his new script and now is going to be distributing this new film. Apparently Shanks is just beginning the casting process, so I feel like this movie's not going to come out till probably at the earliest late 2026, probably 2027, but it does sound like, from what I read, A24 wants to get it made as quickly as possible.
Well, they're too busy making that Camp Crystal Lake TV series.
Oh yeah, A24. You know, I gotta say, because of Together, I have a feeling that this new movie, Hotel, is going to be, tough to fucking say, but I think it's going to be interesting. I don't know. I feel like he's got a pulse on cool, different sorts of horror.
I love the ending of Together. I won't give it away.
But if you watch our episode reviewing Together, you can hear everything. Okay, so in our next story, the Creep Tapes, which was, Tim and I loved this.
I loved them.
Season 2, they have announced, will premiere on Shudder on November 14th. That's soon.
That is really soon.
They got those episodes made.
They're scary, there's male nudity, and they're quick.
Well, okay, so season 1 was 6 episodes. Season 2 is going to be another 6 episodes. This premiere date, it was announced last week at Fantastic Fest. But according to Fangoria.com, Mark Duplass, who's the creator of Creep and is the main actor, and co-writer and executive producer Patrick Bryce, announced that season 2 will feature a ton of new guest stars like David Dastmalchian. Remember him from Late Night with the Devil?
Yeah.
He was just on Dexter also. Robert Longstreet, who played Lonnie Elam in Halloween Kills.
Good one.
And then a lot of people who, I feel bad, but I didn't recognize these names. Tell me if you recognize them, Tim. Katie Azelton, Diego Yosef, Deshaun Terry, Alec Boakes, Linus Phillips, Taylor Guerin, Tim Sharp, Jody Lambert, and Jeff Mann.
Not one.
And I felt bad because it's they list this big list on Fangoria.com. And I was like, oh, I only know David Dastmalchian and Robert Longstreet.
Jodie Sweetin, Joey Lawrence.
Jodie Foster.
Jodie
Lynn O'Keefe. What are other Jodies? Are there any other Jodies?
Jody Aronson.
That's Judy Aronson.
Whatever.
Anyway,
I always mess
it's
that
going to
up.
be great. And the log line for the new season is as follows. It really actually sounds like season 1, but so season 2 will continue to expose a collection of videotapes from the secret vault of the world's deadliest and most socially uncomfortable serial killer, who's played by Mark
It is
Duplass.
so uncomfortable.
Yeah, unfortunately, as the tape rolls, the killer's questionable intentions surface with his increasingly odd behavior, and the victims will learn they have made a deadly mistake. Now, to be honest, this is exactly what the first season was about, but they don't have to change the game because every episode is a different situation.
Yeah, they're all standalones. You could watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's basically Mark Duplass
being creepy and killing someone in every episode. It's every one of these, though, they're so unsettling, they're disturbing, and really fun to watch.
They really are. Like, you are, I mean, will I watch it with my grandparents? No. But I'm saying, like, you know what I mean?
But
Like,
what horror would you watch?
I know.
With them? Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, it's very uncomfortable viewing.
It is, but like we've watched some together and really enjoyed it, even when it's like uncomfortable. It always ends in a really disturbing manner. But they also released a few new photos from the Creep Tape season 2. The first one, and we will put this up here for you to see, is of Mark Duplass with David Desmalchian. You see him there, Tim. So he's obviously David Desmalchian looks like he has a towel over his head.
Yeah, he's drawing his hair.
Yeah, like I'm not sure, but they're together. Somehow Mark Duplass has coaxed him to his place, which you always know is a bad idea.
They're always like at like Big Bear or something.
Yeah, they're always
like,
in like a cabin
yeah,
somewhere
and
in the middle of nowhere.
This picture's saying like, hey, let's have some coffee, dry your hair.
That's what it sounds like. The second picture is funny because it shows Mark Duplass on like a realtor sign. Now, obviously, the whole point of this series is every tape he pretends to be someone else to get these people, to con these people and then kill them. So on this one, apparently he's pretending to be a realtor.
I'm going to say something shallow.
What?
He's a good-looking, handsome guy, but this picture does not capture that.
Well, the thing is, in every character he's playing a character.
Right, you're right.
So in some, I'm sure he's going to be more like sexy,
Debonair.
provocative. In others, he wants to look like a real estate agent. I don't know what that looks like. But
usually, I mean, at least in Los Angeles, well, and I think everywhere. I think they
try to sell their bodies.
Yeah.
You know, they're probably not the greatest at real estate if there's like putting shirtless pics. Though.
Yeah.
Let me be
I
honest.
mean, you know.
Yeah. Anyway, if you haven't seen the Creep Tapes season 1, make sure you check it out on Shudder before the premiere date of November 14th.
And don't watch them alone.
And let us know if you have seen what you think of the Creep Tapes in the comments, because we love them. I'd love to hear from you guys. Okay, so our last story for today is another trailer that dropped, but this is for a new documentary called Spooktacular. It is being executive produced by Tom Savini, and it's about the original horror theme park called Spooky World. Spooky World!
I love the Spooky World.
Okay, are you ready for this, Tim?
Yes,
I have a quick
this.
story. Okay. So apparently, this whole story on bloodydisgusting.com, they said the documentary's about the park Spooky World. It's remembered as America's first horror theme park. It was mostly around the 90s, but I went to Spooky World.
You never told me this.
So in 1998, I was a sophomore. It was the fall of my sophomore year of college. I went to school in Boston University. Now, Spooky World was known for being a big thing in Massachusetts. And some of my friends who knew I loved Halloween, we took a trip to Spooky World, and I actually went there.
So was it like the 11th anniversary?
At that time, it had been around for, I think it started in 91, so I guess it'd be like 7 years or something.
It was like late 80s.
No, it said here that it's been around from 1990. It launched in 1991 and was around for 11 years.
Oh.
So I've actually been there, and so I'll read you guys the log line for the documentary. It says, Spooktacular delves deep into the intriguing and sometimes scandalous story of America's first Halloween theme park and the genius mind behind it. The documentary not only explores Spooky World founder David Bertolino's remarkable journey, but also gives a heartfelt insight into the lives of numerous individuals who were part of this iconic park. Well, the cool thing is that this Spooky World existed before horror conventions. So horror celebs would come to Spooky World and sign things. Like there would be celebrities.
I mean, if there was a convention prior to this, they were like at a hotel in Los Angeles and like once. Yeah,
it wasn't like a big deal then. So Spooky World kind of defined 90s horror culture. So this documentary, it features interviews with a lot of people who were really big in the 80s and 90s. Tom Savini, Linda Blair, Robert Englund, Kane Hodder, Dee Wallace, and more. So a lot of people who were around during like the heyday.
Basically the people we love the most.
Exactly. And so like they're timeless. And Bloody Disgusting specifically did a lot of interviews with, I guess, the creator of Spooky World, along with the director and multiple producers of the documentary. And producer Anthony Landry said, Spooky World revolutionized the way the haunt industry conducted business, and what they created really propelled big haunts into pop culture and to where they are today. Located in a rural region of Massachusetts, in a small farming community, the park attracted millions of customers and launched the modern haunt industry. So literally, we probably have things like Universal Horror Nights, Not Scary Farm, Six Flags Fright Fest because of Spooky World.
That's right. Spooky season.
It's spooky season for Spooky World. So this Spooky World documentary, it's being released on digital this Friday, everyone, October 3rd, Mean Girls Day. Now, when they say released on digital, that means it probably will be like something you have to rent and pay to rent, but I'm really interested.
I want to support the arts.
And I'm really interested in this documentary, not just because I've been there, but because it's like the history of haunts.
No, it's like, it's one of the firsts.
The first, I think. Yeah.
I don't know.
So we will put the link for the trailer for the Spooktacular documentary into our notes. Let us know what you think if you're interested in this. And that is our news commentary for today.
So let's dance.
Let's dance. Thank you everyone for watching. Bye.
Bye.